from the start to beginning. So just find a spot in your home on a table on the ground. And it's all, a collection of things that are meaningful to me. I'll explain to you how I lay it out, but you do it in whichever way is meaningful to you. So I have the rug around it. It's my jaguar rug. It's symbolic of shamanic. It's one of my shamanic guides, and it serves as protection. This rug is a Tibetan cloth and has lots of spirals and 4 direction symbols, circles, and patterns that you see repeated in many different traditions. So it spoke to me, as it does the color and, my brand colors. And I call this the 7 sacred directions altar. I start with the center. This is my as above, so below symbol and tree. Could be anything that symbolizes this for you. The spirals symbolize that, the Milky Way and life on Earth, and spirals, many different forms, all the way to our DNA, but in ferns and shells and snails. Some people have a snail, some people have an orca, some people have a yin-yang symbol in the center. The heart is the sacred compass, and the tree is what connects us to the above, the heavens, and earth below. So ideally, how I envision it is the tree. This is my tree candle. Kind of bark, birch bark around it. And when I burn it, it symbolizes this light and this fire that we're activating inside of ourselves and getting more and more clear and strong so that our experiences stay on the bark. And in my meditations, I'm actually lately asking my students to sit like this by the bark and feel their spine connect with the trunk of the tree. So they feel like Earth has their back. But I think it looks prettier this way. So this is how I'm arranging it. But in my mind, she is sitting in the center by the tree. Now, each of the 4 directions, and align this if you can, where north is really like pointing to true north in your home. I start with air north and these little bowls. See if you get a pretty picture that's not too bright. Here, and the feather, this white symbolize air, highest truth, long view, big picture, fresh ideas inside. We start with north, then go to east, sun and fire. I light the candle now. I'll light both. Center first. Symbolizing also our sacred fire in our heart, our practice, where we are responsible for our sacred fire, keeping it alive, making sure it has fresh air and oxygen, and also is not at risk and danger of getting blown out. So here's fire element. Protection, its boundaries, kind of like my jaguar rug. It's vitality, immunity, it's our inner sun in our heart. That's what fire represents. This pretty one, this pretty bowl has earth in it. And earth represents grounding, structure, slow growth, stability, and predictability. That is organic, but not logical. And then this one here is water. And then in each of the directions, I have quartz, rose quartz. That's just big universal love, peace, this harmony, this grace and openness. Decorating them with flowers. Flowers are pretty, but flowers are the essence and also the start of all life, of so much of our plant food, if not all. Without the flowers, the bees, we're not here. We wouldn't be here. Here's some more of the spirals, and also moon and woman, sacred woman. And just these cycles of life. To me, spiral also represents the marriage between a circle and a line, where penis, vagina, circle lines, life starts, or life is supported by these spirals, and the moon cycles and waves of life, all, and the ocean, all being held in the woman's womb, or being in this rhythmic, synchronistic pattern with women and women's cycles. This is pyrite, fool's gold, and it's masculine, it's sun. It's attracting, it's protective, but also symbol of abundance and action and getting things done. So that's it's very earthy. It's in balancing sacred feminine. So maybe let's go over there. These are two protective crystals. Beautiful one here. This one is, why am I blanking out? From volcanoes. Wait, it's gonna come to me. Hold on 1 second. The other one is onyx. This one is obsidian, my obsidian oval. And obsidian is volcanic glass. It's intense, mysterious, and it's symbolic really for deep psychic cleanse. It's really clearing, and to me my volcano guide is also very clean when things are just looking like a total disaster, or it's more worthwhile to sort of blow up the whole place psychically or energetically. My volcano guide shows up, and it just allows things to just disintegrate, disseminate, and you start basically all over. It protects from shadow and negativity. And this one, most of the time these black crystals are protective. This is a protective stone too. It's called onyx, and it absorbs and transforms negative energy. And it particularly protects against like drain of energy. It helps with boundaries and this emotional and strength and stamina to keep going, and especially when there's a lot of emotion and grief and confusion, and symbolically too, right? It's the circle, oval, yoni, and penis in my mind. And then we have the rainbow. You'll see a bunch of turtles. This one was done by a Kootenai Salish medicine man, and it's like instead of a talking stick, they use this talking ribbon. I'm not sure what they call it. So it's especially made for me, and I really, really, really love it and appreciate it. And I'm not using it enough. I'm kind of stingy, not using it and having everybody hold and put their energy in it. But it symbolizes like my rainbow crystal, my deep dives, and my turtle, my leatherback sea turtle helps with the deep diving. So you can put your power animals, your crystals, in whatever place on your altar. For me, I try to stay a bit organized and do it with intention. Now over here, let me see. Are you able to see everything I see? No. Okay, a little bit down more. There. That's better. Okay, that's an amethyst crystal. These two are jaspers. This one is called the bumblebee jasper. That's a white ocean jasper. And these two here are wishing stones. And the wishing stones, it just means that there's a line that goes all the way across. And it just means that you can use these wishing stones. They're hard to find. You can use them and, hold them, meditate them, and, kind of say your wishes. But I'm using them, to me, it symbolizes our path, our organic, sort of unpredictable path on, on Earth, on the planet. And this is an amethyst egg. Amethyst is one of the most common crystals you see. It's on a medicine wheel. This is an agate slab. And so quickly, what each of the crystals symbolize, and as you see, there's so much that can be held by these crystals and symbols that you don't have to say. You just kind of activate them. But it's known for rebirth, awakening. It's also called the yoni egg. Enlightenment. It's calming. It's the color of your third eye, so it opens your psychic powers. It's associated with the divine, with higher consciousness, and it's often when people start having synchronistic experiences. It's also protective. It's like a cocoon. Either you could do white light or amethyst, purple light around you to protect you. I'm not so much of a white light that holds maybe too much out, but the amethyst or purple color around you allows it sort of, it filters through just what you want to know with your intuition. Okay, so the bumblebee jasper in the form of a heart. The jaspers are also volcanic, and they're supposedly only found in Madagascar, and they're really beautiful. You see all these different patterns and things. They're all these volcanic, it's a combo of all this volcanic minerals and matter, like sulfur and arsenic and hematite and stuff like that. This one though, the colors, it's to activate your sacral chakra and also your solar plexus. They're associated with the will, your agency, and it really helps with accepting change and finding new opportunities. All that self-esteem, willpower kind of stuff. All the yellow and orange colors and this kind of jasper, this crystal, support that. Now this one is symbolizes, or is the white buffalo calf, and the legend or the story about white buffalo calf. There's a legend with about white buffalo calf woman. She's a messiah. She brought back the sacred seven sacred traditions to the Lakota, and she had two white buffalo calf with her. Now, when white buffalo calf are born, this is a very rare event. Only one out of like maybe 10 million buffalo are white. And so it's a symbol of abundance and manifestation and new hope and sort of this revival of consciousness. It's a what is that called? It's a sign, not a prophecy. I'm not able to think of the word. It's a very prophetic like sign. If you see a white buffalo and they had a few, it's a sign for many indigenous cultures that good times are around the corner, better times. And the ocean jasper, this white color, it's associated with unconditional love, and with that fire that lives in our heart chakra. So it's kind of like the lighthouse of our of our spiritual tradition. So it just felt like a really good form to have this white buffalo done with ocean jasper. Okay, this one of my colleagues, friends, peers, Daptimosis comrades, soul brother did this. And this is the jaw of a deer that he or our friend probably found. And these are little seeds. The rattle, my favorites. And deer are powerful guides. The 7 sacred sisters and the 7 colors and 7 rainbow colors. They're all linked to the 7 Pleiades and the stars. And I'll show you my drum in just a sec up there that has the rainbow hoofs, or I'll show you another one here has the rainbow hoofs on it. Now over there this is cedar, the bundle of cedar. This is sage, bundle of sage, black copal, and Palo Santos wood. So white sage is quite well known. You do have to be careful with fire. They're on rugs and cloth. White sage is known for cleansing and clearing spaces. But if you need something more powerful, copal and Palo Santos wood are known to cleanse more powerful like attachments and entities and dark energies. So I believe the copal is actually what you smell when you go into Catholic churches, when they burn that, and it's from Mexico, and you can find it all the way, in places in Central America, and where Mayan and Aztec cultures had their ceremonies. So when it's like really like stubborn attachments and dark energies that are just not moving, that really helps with the cleansing and cleaning of it. And the same with Palo Santos wood. Palo Santos means sacred wood, and it just has a nice fresh and sweet scent to it. So you can burn these and also set your prayers, do ceremonies and things like that. Cedar is also quite well known as a spiritual herb or subsistence plant, tree. And the cedar itself is known, is sacred. Indigenous people didn't just cut down cedar. They did rituals and prayers before doing that. And it's used for sweat lodge ceremonies. It's purifying. People leave it in amulets and bundles, and many people use it as a medicinal herb also. It helps with dreams and protecting you from disease. Now in that big one over there, and I'm actually not sure what my turtle here is made from, but this is a labradorite. I think it's something similar. And this is considered to be a magical stone. It's the shaman stone, sometimes it's called. It's really helpful and powerful in opening up portals for this kind of healing. And it's considered to be powerful too for grounding these psychic and mystical powers. So, maybe you have crystals or you have other things. Here's another spiral and turtle. Whether the crystals have meaning or rocks have meaning or different things you picked up, along the way, or pictures, symbols, any of that, you can put on your altar, and it has a particular meaning. So I just wanted to show you quickly the drum. Drawings that I did on the drum. And I did this like 15 years ago when I first had a vision of my sanctuary, and I used a postcard to kind of put it together, but it had each of the elements of sun, fire, water, earth, and that is White Buffalo Calf woman in her Lakota incarnation. My guide actually is Rainbow Crystal Woman, and that's why I have these rainbows here. And I was told that she is the modern day incarnation of White Buffalo Calf Woman. So this is Spider. Spider is a fire guide here in the drum. Snake is a earth guide. Dolphin, my water guide here. At that time, now it's much more elaborate, and crow. So that's the drum I wanted to show you. And then I'll just show you one other thing. And so it's, sorry, crystals. In addition to the altar, I have other like mini altars or different things to bless and help. So up there, that's White Buffalo Woman again, holding the web circle of life. And those are different amethysts. It's a purple one, a lavender, pink one, and there's a celestite. And all of these crystals, you know, bring peace and harmony, grace. They ground different kinds of energies and imbalances. And that is a protective, my wolf, protecting, once again, White Buffalo Calf Woman in his aura. So that's what I wanted to show you, and just encourage you to play and leave these portals and altars open and have fun with it. You know, now that we're all cooped up inside, it's you know, it's very useful and helpful to, when you do your meditations in the morning, or every time I see this, I can feel my heart smile. I can feel myself much more supported than just, you know, having a few things around or smaller altars. So that's what I wanted to leave you with, and encourage you to do one. And especially those of you in my Soul Authority and other programs, your lessons and everything you learn is going to be so much more meaningful, especially when we're going to be talking about you being responsible for your sacred fire. So just like, you know, if you were out in the woods and you came about a fire, it's very hard to make fire. You would protect that fire with your life, right? And make sure I had air and wasn't stifled, it wasn't blown out. And make sure you had wood, make sure it's not too dry, not too wet, but you also would make sure there's water nearby to protect you should things burn. You don't want your shelter to burn, and you don't want also everything to be, you know, nourish yourself so you don't have a wildfire going and everything too dry. Okay, so take care, everyone, and talk to you soon.